What if I told you that the biggest battle you'll ever fight isn't on a distant field of fire, but inside the mirror you stare at every morning? You've been taught that greatness is measured by how much you know, by the titles on your resume, by the trophies on your shelf. Yet the real power lies not in the weight of your knowledge, but in the courage to change what you think you are. Today, we begin a march, not against an enemy you can see, but against the guilt that keeps you shackled, the inner voice that whispers you are not enough. Ready to become your own liberator? Welcome. I'm your guide on this journey, and in the next 15 minutes, we'll uncover 3 pillars that turn ordinary people into unstoppable inner warriors. First, we'll shatter the illusion that intellectual accumulation equals mastery. Then we'll expose how guilt becomes a self-imposed prison. And finally, we'll arm you with a simple ritual that plants the seed of true transformation. Picture a scholar surrounded by towering stacks of books, every page a badge of honor. He walks through life confident that each fact is a shield, each theory a sword. Yet when the world throws a curveball, that same scholar can freeze, because his armor is made of static ideas, not flexible strength. Knowledge can become a comfort zone, a wall that feels safe, but also limits you. The moment you cling to certainty, you trade freedom for a false sense of security. Fear of transformation builds that wall, brick by brick. With every "I must stay the same," you whisper to yourself, "Now, imagine a street artist. Paint splattered on his hands, improvising a masterpiece with each breath." He doesn't carry a library. He carries a willingness to let the canvas change. When the colors shift, he adapts, he learns, he grows. The difference is not the amount of information they hold, but the willingness to let that information evolve. The power to change your mind is the true engine of greatness. When you let go of the need to be right, you open the door to becoming better. Let me tell you about a man named Carlos. He spent years climbing the corporate ladder, believing that every promotion was proof of his intellect. Yet deep inside, a quiet guilt gnawed at him, guilt for ignoring his childhood dream of music, guilt for sacrificing his family's time. One night, after a board meeting that left him empty, he heard a song from his youth echo in his mind. In that moment, he realized that his greatest achievement would not be a title, but the courage to rewrite his story. He quit his high-pressure job, picked up his guitar, and began a new path. The shift didn't happen because he knew more. It happened because he allowed his belief about himself to change. That story illustrates the second pillar. Guilt is not a moral compass. It is a heavy chain you forge yourself. Guilt tells you that you are unworthy, that you must atone for every mistake, that the past defines you. It whispers that you are a failure, that you don't deserve happiness. But guilt is a narrative, not a fact. When you cling to it, you hand over the reins of your life to a phantom that thrives on your fear. The true noble act is to stand up, look that guilt in the eye, and say, "I am more than my past mistakes." It is an act of rebellion against the sacred aspects of your own self-imposed condemnation. To break free, you must become the hero of your own story. Imagine a silhouette walking through a dark tunnel, each step echoing with resolve. The torch in his hand flickers, illuminating the walls that once seemed unbreakable. As he moves forward, the darkness recedes, replaced by the first light of dawn breaking over a distant mountain. That image is not a fantasy. It is a metaphor for the inner warrior you can awaken. You are both the swordsman and the shield, the strategist and the heart. Now, let's give you a concrete practice that will plant the seed of this inner warrior every day. First, each morning, stand before your mirror and name 3 things you are willing to let go of. Speak them aloud, feel the weight lift. Next, write down one belief you hold about yourself that limits you, and then rewrite it into a statement of possibility. Finally, and with a physical gesture, a small salute to yourself, a clench of the fist, a breath that fills your lungs with purpose. Do this ritual for a week and notice how the guilt that once felt like a stone begins to feel like sand slipping through your fingers. This is where I want to hear from you. What belief have you been holding on to that might be holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious about your perspective. Remember, the march of the inner warrior is not a sprint. It is a steady climb, a sunrise that replaces night. Each step you take, each piece of guilt you release, each mind you allow to shift, builds the foundation of a life lived with authentic freedom. You are not defined by the knowledge you have accumulated, nor by the mistakes you have made. You are defined by the bravery to transform, to rise, to become your own liberator. If this insight is resonating with you, consider subscribing so we can continue this journey together. Smash that like button if this hit a chord, and let's keep marching toward the light. The next phase of your march is not a sudden leap into brilliance, but a steady rhythm that aligns your heart with the pulse of purpose. Imagine each sunrise as a drumbeat, each breath as the echo of a marching footfall, and each moment of doubt as a fleeting shadow that passes over the path, but never stays long enough to halt your progress. In this space between the darkness and the light, the inner warrior finds its footing, and the armor of self-condemnation begins to crack dawn. Take a moment now to picture yourself standing at the edge of a cliff that overlooks a valley of memories. Some of those memories are bright, sparkling like sunlight on water, while others are heavy, sinking like stones in a river. The weight of those heavy memories is what we call guilt, a weight that often feels permanent because we have given it a name and a story. Yet, just as the river never stops flowing, the narrative you hold about yourself can be redirected, reshaped, and ultimately released. When you first set out on this journey, you may have felt a surge of excitement, a spark of curiosity that made you eager to explore the unknown. That spark is the same one that ignites the fire in the heart of any true warrior. It is not enough to possess knowledge about how to change. The true battle is fought in the arena of the soul, where fear, shame, and doubt line up as opponents. The key is not to defeat them with brute force, but to meet each one with compassion, to understand that they are merely reflections of past conditioning, and that you have the power to rewrite the script. Let us delve deeper into the three pillars that sustain the inner warrior: humility, transformation, and liberation. The first pillar, humility, is not about diminishing yourself, but about recognizing that you are a work in progress, a canvas that is constantly being painted upon. It means admitting that you do not have all the answers, that you are willing to learn from the very mistakes that once held you captive. Humility opens the door to curiosity, and curiosity fuels the desire to evolve. The second pillar, transformation, is the engine that propels you forward. It is the willingness to let go of old identities, to shed the skins that no longer serve you, and to embrace new possibilities. Transformation is not a single event. It is a series of small, intentional choices that accumulate over time. Each morning, when you stand before the mirror and name 3 things you are ready to release, you are performing a ritual of decluttering the mind. This ritual is a declaration that you will not be defined by the past, but by the purposeful actions you take in the present. The third pillar, liberation, is the culmination of humility and transformation. It is the moment when the chains of self-imposed condemnation loosen and you step into a space of authentic freedom. Liberation does not mean the absence of challenges. It means that challenges no longer have the power to dictate your worth. When you encounter a setback, you observe it with the eyes of a seasoned warrior, noting the lesson without allowing the event to become a scar that defines you. Now, let us translate these pillars into concrete practices that you can weave into the fabric of your daily life. Begin each day with a grounding breath, inhaling deeply through the nose, feeling the air fill the lungs, and exhaling slowly through the mouth, releasing any lingering tension. As you breathe, visualize a golden light entering your body, illuminating the corners of your mind where doubt resides. See that light expanding, pushing away the shadows of guilt, and notice how the space inside you begins to feel larger, more expansive. After this grounding, move to the mirror ritual. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes meeting your own reflection. Speak aloud 3 aspects of yourself that you are ready to let go. These could be thoughts such as, I am not good enough. Habits like, I procrastinate when I feel overwhelmed. Or emotions such as, I carry resentment toward my past. As you articulate each one, feel the vibration of the words resonating through your chest. And imagine those vibrations loosening the knots that bind you. Next, take a notebook and write down a belief that has served as a limiting barrier. Perhaps you have convinced yourself that success is reserved for a select few, or that love is something you must earn. Write that belief on one line, then, on the line directly beneath it, rewrite it into a statement of possibility. For example, transform I will never be successful into I am capable of creating success through consistent effort and learning. This act of rewriting is a symbolic act of reshaping the internal narrative, turning a story of defeat into a story of empowerment. To cement this new narrative, close your eyes and visualize yourself as the hero of a timeless saga. Picture a battlefield not of swords and shields, but of thoughts and emotions. See yourself standing at the center, a calm presence amid swirling winds of doubt. In your hand, you hold a torch that burns with a steady, unwavering flame. With each step you take, the flames of guilt recede, turning the darkness into a field of soft, glowing embers that illuminate rather than suffocate. Feel the ground beneath your feet solidifying, as if the very earth acknowledges your resolve. Now, perform a physical gesture that symbolizes your commitment. Raise your right hand, palm open, and bring it to your heart, feeling the warmth of your own blood, the rhythm of your life. Then, lower it into a fist, clenching gently, as though you are grasping the core of your purpose. Hold that fist for a breath, then release it, letting the air rush out, carrying with it any remnants of self-judgment. This simple motion anchors the mental shift into the body, creating a holistic transformation. Repeat this sequence each morning for at least a week, and observe how the weight of guilt begins to feel less like a stone and more like sand slipping through your fingers. You will notice that thoughts that once seemed immutable start to wobble, that old patterns lose their grip, and that a new sense of agency emerges. At this point, I want to hear from you. What is one belief that you have been carrying that feels like a heavy chain? Share it in the comments, and let us create a space where we can support each other in breaking those chains together. Your story may be the spark that ignites someone else's courage. Consider also the power of community in this march. When we gather around the fire of shared experience, we amplify each other's light. If you feel that this message resonates, think about joining the conversation not only through comments, but by sharing this video with someone you know who might be standing at the edge of their own cliff, hesitant to step forward. Sometimes the simplest act of reaching out can become the catalyst for another's transformation. As we move toward the closing of this episode, reflect on the journey we have taken together. We began by challenging the myth that knowledge alone grants greatness. Then we peeled back the layers of guilt that imprison us. And finally, we forged a practical ritual that empowers you to become the liberator of your own existence. The path ahead is still winding, but every step you take now is a testament to your willingness to confront the sacred aspects of self-condemnation and to rise above them. Remember, the march of the inner warrior is not measured by how quickly you reach the summit, but by the consistency of your stride. Each sunrise you greet, each breath you take with intention, each moment you choose transformation over stagnation, builds a foundation of authentic freedom. You are not defined by the sum of your past mistakes, nor by the amount of information you have accumulated. You are defined by the bravery to transform, to rise, to become your own liberator. If the words you have heard today have stirred something inside you, let that stirring become action. Take a moment now, right where you are, to place your hand over your heart and whisper a promise to yourself. I will walk this path with courage. I will release the guilt that binds me. I will honor the warrior within. Feel the vibration of that promise travel through your chest, anchoring it in the deepest part of your being. As we part ways for today, carry this promise with you into the world. Let it guide you when distractions arise, when doubt whispers in the night, when old habits try to reclaim their hold. Remember that each time you stand before the mirror and name what you will let go, you are sharpening the blade of your inner warrior. Each time you rewrite a limiting belief, you are forging a new piece of armor that protects you from the arrows of self-doubt. And each time you salute yourself with that simple gesture, you are acknowledging the hero that resides within. Continue to walk this path, one deliberate step at a time, and you will find that the sunrise over that distant mountain is not a distant promise, but a present reality you are actively creating. The light will grow brighter with each act of self-liberation, and the shadows will shrink until they become merely a memory of where you once stood. Thank you for sharing this hour of reflection and action with me. If this journey has sparked a flame in your heart, let it spread by sharing this video with those who might need it. And if you feel called to stay connected, consider joining the community that gathers here each week, where we explore deeper layers of the inner warrior together. Your presence, your voice, and your growth are what make this march worthwhile. Until the next sunrise, keep marching, keep transforming, and keep honoring the warrior you are becoming. The world awaits the light you are ready to shine.